Good morning, Tornetta. So now let me see how I want to start this video because I got a lot of things that I've been feeling, but not really sure. I haven't sat down and took the time to write it down in conjunction because I got other shit going on, to be honest with you, other shit going on. But I wanted to send you a message because you have been contacting me and reaching out to me, and my response has been vague, because my spirit has changed. It's not a tornado just hit me. It's kind of like, okay, because I call it the commode type of love. You're a little younger, so you may not know what a commode is, but a commode is a toilet stool, nigga. You don't think about the toilet stool every day. The only time you think about the toilet stool is when you're ready to take a shit. And it's like, it's only when it's convenient for you to go to the bathroom that you think about the toilet. And I feel like that's the type of love you're giving me, is the type of commode, convenience stool, toilet stool type of love, which is unacceptable. It's unacceptable for me. You were, that's what I did want to say. You learn to get off the bottle at 1. You learn to walk at 1. You learn to, at 2 years old, you were making your own bed. At 5 years old, we learned the 5, 10, 20 song. I have no interest in communicating with somebody who's 30 years old and you don't have proper damn communication. Just because you choose to be effed up in a lot of ways does not mean that I have to accept that. You're 30 years old. If you should have a better level of communication. Now, you just can't, hey, Dad, out of the fucking blue. I haven't heard from you in months. I haven't heard from you in weeks. And then when I text you, you pick and choose what part of the conversation you're going to acknowledge and what part you're going to ignore. And it's like you hear no evil, see no evil. And so I send you something, I get no response at all. That's flawed communication, baby. And that's maybe acceptable for you. And that may be the way you've always done. But nigga, that shit ain't cool. And it's not how I really want you guys to understand that how this works. It ain't never worked for nobody. Everybody who's tried this previously with this particular person has failed. It did not work. And that's because I run my life like a Bank of America. You cannot, for a fact, you cannot walk your black ass into Bank of America with an IOU, with food stamps, with no debit card. You can't come there with fake ass currency and expect to withdraw, deposit, or make any sort of transaction, because Bank of America only accept official damn currency. With the same, I run my life the same damn way. You can't come here with false ass love. If you love somebody, then your love and embrace of that individual should make them feel motivated, encouraged, inspired, and happy. You are not. I am not going to let nobody on this motherfucking planet. That means I have to live the rest of the days of my life by my damn self, nigga. I'm okay with it because I like me. I like me, how I am, where I am, and the way I am. So when people say you need to look at it, nigga, I've looked in the mirror and I like them. I like them. I finally got to a resolution where I'm at. So if it feels better for you to think that I'm burning in hell, and I'm just okay, free yourself from my evil wrath. But what I'm not gonna let you do is walk into my institution and think you can love me any old kind of way. I'm not gonna be your motherfucking commode. When you care about somebody, you care how you make them feel. So you don't just get to show up. And I almost feel like it's a collaboration because it's a spirit. It's an overall spirit, baby. It's a spirit of contamination that's designed. When people see your light, they have ways to try to dim that shit. I wish you good luck on that. I wish you good luck on that because I'm, pretty at peace for where I am and who I am. But I almost feel like it's a collaboration. I know you've probably been in contact with John. He's been, and there are people that are vampires. The world is full of vampire people that will suck the life right out of you and try to dim your light. So I don't know if it's just like a collaboration, but it's a spirit. It's a spirit, and it goes from one person to the next person to the next person to the next person. So I want you to take in consideration. I need to go back and watch that movie too. The movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. How that spirit just jumps from that person to that person to that person. And I'll just touch on it for a minute, but I'm not gonna stay there because I'm past that shit. But I feel like we're going through that same series because it's not because I'm a bad father. It's not because I'm not a good person. It's because I am a good father and I am a good damn person. We're going through that spirit from a fatal attraction, a woman who had a fatal attraction, who used her damn kids as a tool against me. These were the same kids that brought me joy every time I interact with them. I could never get enough of them. I mean, I just love them too. But for whatever reason, that same energy and spirit jumped onto them kids. And now we struggle to have a relationship. It's kind of like, well, if you can't love me, you ain't going to love you. You ain't going to have the ability to love your kids. And she's been successful at it because we keep going through the same hurdles over and over again, year in, year again. And sure enough, you're grown, but that doesn't mean anything. If people grew out of what they were taught when they turned 18, 20, and 25, then people would be raised by racist white people and grow out of racism. At 18, I'm no longer racist. That's the way that. So it's a fallacy. It's an error in logic that people seem to have. But the reason why we keep going around these circles, around these circles, around these same circles, is because your approach is not loving, welcoming, enduring, compassionate, sincere, or any of those things. And so it's like you're stepping into the bank with an IOU. I will pay you on Friday. Give me some cash, and let me get some cash from you now, and I'll pay you on Friday. Here go my IOU card. No, motherfucker, you're gonna need to bring currency, official currency, into my bank, into my financial institution. And if you keep coming with this false currency, I am going to stop you from coming into the institution altogether. And I hope that analogy makes sense to you. It's just an analogy that I'm giving to kind of get you squared away. Sweetheart, we don't have the rest. First off, I will be 57 this year. I don't have the rest of my life waiting for you to change. And there's going to come a time where you reach out to me and I'm not going to be there. We don't have the rest of our lives to get this right. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, so far this has been a successful venture. If you can't love me, you won't love your kids. And now, the kids are not even, somewhat likable, at whatever point, because the behavior that you give, like disappear for weeks, months, and I don't hear from you, or if I say something to you, then you pick and choose what part of that conversation you're going to acknowledge. When people show you that they don't give a fuck about your feelings, you better believe them. And I want you to take away from this what you should expect from men. Because men will show up in the same capacity, give them one side and this just the way I am. Well, nigga, you carry your cute ass, take a picture of your cute self and keep it motherfucking moving. Because the good looks is all I got to live with. I'm in a gay world, and that's never going to change. So when you say shit like made a choice, or every knee shall bow, or all that, those things, those are the same things that I was persecuted against. Much like the white man persecuted black people, it's the exact same shit. But anyway, that's a far-fetched thing, and I'll have to go into that. Well, we don't need to even go there, to be honest with you. But there needs to be a standard. First off, you need to give consistency. Secondly, again, you need to work on your damn communication. If you expect, because see, I don't want, the only reason why I'm still replying to your emails and to your texts is because I don't want to be the same type of contaminant you are to me. When I text you, sometimes I won't get an answer. Sometimes the question will never be answered. It's like a deficit. And then all of a sudden you pop back, hey dad, all high energy and everything. Well, okay, nigga, and it's just like, okay, here this motherfucker is with this counterfeit, with this IOU, with these food stamps, with this fake ass motherfucking currency, and expecting to withdraw and that's exactly what it takes for my energy. Because if you really cared about how I feel, how I was doing, what's going on, or my best interests, then I would think that it would be a little bit more consistent. Your energy would be a little bit more positive, and it would be positive on a consistent basis. Not just when it's convenient for you, like a goddamn toilet stool, baby. Not just when you need to take a shit. Every motherfucking day. Dad, how you doing? Okay. Well, this is Buki. I love you. You know what I'm saying? But so you need to work on your communication, because if you learn how to walk at 1, got off the bottle at 1, learn how to make your bed at 2, learn how to do a 5, 10, 20 at 4 and 5, then you shouldn't be but down here at 30. And I'm not going to keep having the same damn conversations. I'm not going to keep going around in circles wondering why the hell I'm here. I'm going to disconnect. And then, there's not a lot of years. I don't know how much longer I have on this planet. So there's not a lot more years for us to get this shit right. If you allow those variables to resonate in your spirit, then, then that's you. And that's your choice, but that's not, that's not the type of currency that I'm willing to accept. So I'm taking this video because I saw you text me last night, and each time you text me now, it's like I have a reserve, and I noticed that about me. It's like I answer my phone to anything. It can say spam, it can say block, it can say spam or anything like that, and I will answer my phone. I never ignore. If I ignore you, you gonna know why. You haven't been blocked in my system until I've cursed your ass out and let you know. If I don't answer your call, you gonna understand exactly why the fuck I'm not answering your call, because you keep showing up with IOUs, keep showing up with false currency, keep showing up with counterfeit cash. No. So eventually I'll have to come to a resolution, say, hey, hold on. This energy is not pouring into me. It's draining and sucking from me. But I'll never block you without a reason. And when I do, you'll know what that damn reason is. And until you get that shit right, I'm not saying that I'm blocking you or anything like that, but it makes me a little bit more reserved to respond to you, because I know that this is not consistent. I know that it's not official currency. I know that this is not my Buki. This is Nadine. This is the spirit of Nadine. Maybe that's why. Yeah, but no. So, so I need you to show up in a different light. You should have better level of communication, and because that's the way you always work, and that's what everybody accepts. That's not what I'm finna accept at all. By no means whatsoever. You're going to need to get your shit together. You're going to need to get one damn phone number that I can reach you on in the time of emergency, that you can reach me on in the time of emergency. And if you truly care about me, don't show up at my 56th birthday and celebrate my 55th birthday. Nigga, 55 motherfucking years then passed, but now you want, okay, now it's just your, so, and I appreciate, you putting forth the effort, and I do see you trying, sweetheart. But I'm gonna need you to try a little harder and correct some of the, because certain shit is just not acceptable. Certain things are just not acceptable, and I want you to have the same level of standards when a nigga come your way, baby. If you ain't got your shit together, and trust me, men love that. Men love that when a woman shows him that, look, I got my stuff together, and these are my standards, and this is what you're gonna have to do to meet those standards. If you can't, you can get the hell on type of deal. That's what I want you to do. Don't let no nigga come to your motherfucking house with counterfeit cash, pretending to love you or loving on you when it's convenient. Where the hell you been? I ain't heard from you in 2 damn weeks, and now you want to show up with flowers and shit, nigga. Nah, this is not that type of party. We don't do that here at this financial institution. No, so, and that's just why you haven't been getting the results that you've been looking for, because I don't feel that it's coming from the right place in your heart. And again, baby, people come into your life for a reason in the season. As I said, I don't know how many more years I have on this planet. You don't know how many years you're going to have on this planet. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But I know we keep going in the same circle. I've suggested to you guys that we go through counseling because, our communication doesn't seem to be working. I speak English, you speak Spanish, nobody translate, it just goes, so it's just kind of fuck. And we keep going through that same motherfucking circle. But I ain't got the rest of my life for that shit. I do not. And I would not like for you to have to put up with that for anybody. I'm creating this video because, I don't know that we're going to be able to get it right, baby. I don't know. Y'all may be already programmed on how you think you should. Y'all may have me programmed as the gay, left-handed, drunk, alcoholic person that's so flawed and just full of horrible character for the rest of your damn life. I don't know. But at any rate, at some point, I feel like y'all won't go through counseling because you feel like I'm not the one. You're not the one who needs counseling. I'm the one who needs counseling. I'm gay. I'm left-handed. I drink. I'm an alcoholic and just bad and just mentally disturbed. All those negative, whatever, baby. But until we have a different level of communication that is well received or able to be well received, if that ever is even possible to happen at this stage, then part of me has reserves to like, okay, and because it's unlike TJ, you were not locked up. You could reach out to me at any given time. The whole 2 years TJ locked up, you ain't reached out to me not one damn time. And sure enough, I blocked you because you were trying to justify and change the narrative. It was kind of like critical race theory, trying to rewrite the damn story. Kind of like what you guys do. Try to rewrite the story. Like, oh, it's not this, it's that. And it's not that anymore, it's this. And now it's not that, it's this. It's this, and it's just, hey, baby, ain't nobody got time for that shit. But when TJ was locked up, you did not contact me for 2 years. It wasn't until TJ got out and your environment got interrupted. So now, let me go to the bathroom. We got to do better, baby. I see you. I can feel where that energy is coming from. And I'm not going to let you use your love to manipulate and control me in a negative way. Or I'm not going to be the commode or the toilet stool that you come take a shit in when it's convenient for you. I'm not sitting around waiting for you to finally understand or appreciate or love the father that God gave you. I'm not. If you don't recognize that's your loss, not mine. That's your loss, not mine. When I show up with positivity and love and encouragement. I am, so anyway, listen, I'm going to get a little long-winded, and I, had a little bit of time today because it's chaotic and, I'm in a bit of a storm, but I'm going to work it out. And I've been by myself all alone, all my life. I've had the fact anyway, but all my life I've been by, and I do it, baby. I don't need none of you. I'm a movement by my motherfucking self. If I am not a force when we're together, guess what we won't be? Together. So I need you to work on that. And that's why you're not getting the response that you're getting, because you're showing up in the wrong capacity. You're coming from a spirit that is not as sincere as what you like for me to think that it is. And I see through it. It's an IOU. It's a counterfeit. It's food stamps. Get some official currency and let's move forward. And we may not be able to move forward without some level of counseling and understanding, because this is a devastation that we've gone through. We've gone through a radical change where we were a loving, caring, close-knit. I cared about my children. And anybody knows the best way to get to me is through my motherfucking kids. But guess what I have? I have a detachable spirit. When I see that those same kids are inducted into your spirit, and that energy is now carried through them, bye-bye. Get the hell on. You know, and I was saying, I wanted you to watch that movie Fallen with Denzel Washington, how those spirits jump, since you're so religious. And then you say things like, he made that's the choice they made, and every knee shall bow. Sweetheart, let me tell you something. Every damn religion is a cult. Not just Chaz. Every fucking religion is a cult. It's a group of people telling you how to feel. No, I don't need nobody to tell me what my Heavenly Father has for me. I'm connected to him. So no, you won't divide us, but I won't be a part of your clique. And you won't be dictating how I live my life or how I am you won't do any of that. You won't do it. I will live my life according to my damn terms, and those who can't accept it can kiss my black ass, and I wouldn't give a damn who it is. And you will not use my kids as a weapon to manipulate and control my happiness. I got this. So I want you to think on that.